Hi and welcome to the latest Ancient Egypt news from the second week of May. Although this is a repeat of last week's story, there is a lot more detailed, so we thought it was worth repeating. An Alexandria archaeological discovery in the Muharrem Bek district has uncovered a rare circular public bath from the late Ptolemaic period and a Roman villa decorated with mosaic floors, offering new evidence for how the ancient city expanded, adapted and remained inhabited across several major eras. Announced by Egypt's Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, the find was made during rescue excavations led by the Supreme Council of Antiquities, the SCA, in central Alexandria. The site revealed architectural remains and movable artefacts dating from the Ptolemaic, Roman and Byzantine periods, making it one of the most important recent discoveries for understanding the city's urban history. One of the most striking features is a circular public bath built in the form of a tholos, a round architectural plan known from Greek tradition. The structure dates to the late Ptolemaic period, when Alexandria was not only the capital of Egypt, but also one of the Mediterranean's great intellectual, commercial and cultural centres. Public bath buildings from this period are not commonly preserved in Alexandria, especially in such a distinctive circular layout. Archaeologists believe the bath may have been part of a larger complex, with further adjoining rooms still under study. Its discovery points to a dense and organised urban environment in a sector of the ancient city that has received far less archaeological attention than the Royal Quarter, the Harbour Zone and better-known monumental areas. Near the bath, excavators uncovered the remains of a Roman residential villa with mosaic floors executed in several techniques. These include opus tessellatum, made with small cube-shaped tesserae, and opus sectile, which uses cut pieces of coloured stone arranged into decorative patterns. The villa also contained a small bathing pool connected to a developed water management system. This suggests a high level of domestic comfort and engineering, reflecting the lifestyle of Alexandria's urban elite under Roman rule. Such finds are valuable because they move the story of Alexandria beyond its famous libraries, palaces and philosophers. They show how people lived, washed, decorated their homes and organised private space inside a city that remained deeply connected to the wider Mediterranean world. The Muharrem Bek area lies within a part of ancient Alexandria that has long been difficult to reconstruct. According to Egyptian officials, the new evidence helps fill an archaeological gap in the southeastern sector of the ancient city and supports a reassessment of historic maps, including the pioneering work of Mohammed Bey el-Falaki, who attempted one of the earliest scientific reconstructions of Alexandria's ancient urban plan. The discovery indicates that this area remained inside the urban limits of Alexandria through the Byzantine period. Its later decline appears to have been linked to broader changes in the city's layout and development. That detail is especially important. Founded by Alexander the Great in 331 BCE, Alexandria was designed as a planned Mediterranean metropolis, with wide streets, harbours, royal districts and multicultural neighbourhoods. Over time, earthquakes, shoreline changes, political shifts and urban rebuilding altered the city's shape. Finds like the Muharrem Bek bath and villa help archaeologists recover parts of that lost plan, street by street and building by building. Marble statues discovered during the Muharrem Bek excavation in Alexandria include figures associated with Bacchus and Asclepius. The excavation also produced a rich group of artefacts, including coins, oil lamps, pottery vessels, and stamped amphora fragments. The amphorae are particularly significant because they reflect Alexandria's long-distance trade connections across the Mediterranean. Several other marble statues were also found. Among them was a headless statue believed to represent Minerva. The presence of Asclepius, the Greco-Roman god of healing, may point to religious or therapeutic associations in the wider area, although further study is needed before firm conclusions can be made. Together, the objects reveal a neighbourhood shaped by commerce, domestic life, artistic taste and religious diversity. That mixture is exactly what made Alexandria one of antiquity's most cosmopolitan cities. The excavation team has already begun preliminary conservation work on the discoveries. Smaller artefacts have been transferred for specialist treatment, while experts are studying whether some of the mosaic floors should remain in place or be moved for restoration. Officials are also considering displaying selected finds at the Greco-Roman Museum in Alexandria, which would give visitors a direct view of material from a newly uncovered quarter of the ancient city. Excavations are continuing at the site, and archaeologists expect further work to reveal more about the bath complex, the Roman villa, and the long urban life of Muharrem Bek. For Alexandria, a city where much of the ancient past lies beneath modern streets, the discovery offers another rare opening into a layered world that has never fully disappeared. The Egyptian embassy in Italy apparently successfully secured the return of several artefacts dating back from various ancient pharaonic eras. The items have been officially transported back to Egypt as part of the nation's broader national strategy to protect and preserve its historical, archaeological and artistic heritage. Egypt's ambassador to Italy, Bassam Radi, emphasised that this achievement aligns with Egypt's ongoing mission to recover antiquities smuggled abroad through illicit channels. He noted that the state is particularly focused on reclaiming treasures belonging to the various eras of ancient Egyptian civilization. Ambassador Radi highlighted that the Egyptian embassy in Rome prioritises the repatriation of cultural heritage and praised the productive cooperation of the Italian authorities. He described the partnership as a reflection of the distinguished bilateral relations between the two nations, noting that numerous artefacts have been successfully recovered over the past 2 years. The ambassador also expressed his sincere gratitude to Egypt Air and its regional office in Italy for their full cooperation and logistical support in safely transporting the artefacts from Rome back to Cairo. And the French National Assembly's passage of a law in January facilitating the return of looted antiquities from the colonial era has reopened the issue of recovering Egyptian artefacts held in European museums, according to certain Egyptian archaeologists. Among these are the Dendera Zodiac, the Rosetta Stone and the bust of Nefertiti. A senior archaeologist at the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, Mahdi Sheikha, explained that the issue of recovering Egyptian antiquities from abroad is extremely thorny and complex. Artifacts in France fall under the concept of public property, making their legal handling extremely difficult, he noted. Sheikha pointed out that the 1970 UNESCO Convention on the Protection of Cultural Property stipulates that any object that left its country of origin before that date is subject to a different legal status. He added that the recovery of antiquities is handled on a case-by-case basis, taking into account the circumstances of their removal from Egypt, whether through theft, smuggling, sale or division of property, before the enactment of Law No. 117 of 1983 concerning the protection of antiquities. Sheikha explained that the Dendera Zodiac, housed in the Louvre Museum, is a controversial example as it was removed during the French campaign and transported to France with the approval of the ruling authority at the time. He noted that this new French law could be considered a point in the road, emphasising that moral, political and public pressure could yield results. Sheikha called for the formation of a comprehensive legal team comprised of representatives from the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Culture, Tourism and Antiquities, as well as international law experts to study artefacts located abroad. Archaeologist and Egyptologist Ahmed Amer confirmed that the state had been striving for years to recover certain high-profile antiquities located abroad, but the matter is politically complicated, especially if they left before the enactment of the Antiquities Protection Law. An expert in Egyptian antiquities and director of the Zahi Hawass Foundation for Antiquities and Heritage, Ali Abu Dashish, pointed out that the efforts led by Hawass to recover the bust of Nefertiti, the Rosetta Stone and the Dendera Zodiac have firmly placed the Egyptian cause on the international stage. He noted that the Dendera Zodiac, currently housed in the Louvre Museum, meets the criteria for restitution under the new French law, as it was removed from the Dendera Temple in 1821. And that's it for this week. This news podcast is brought to you by Ted Laux and GNT Tours. Ancient Egypt News is rated in the top 5 Egypt history podcasts, according to feedspot.com. For 2026 tour dates, check out our website, gnttours.com. Follow us on social media. Thanks for listening to this episode. Please feel free to comment and share. Until next time, cheers. Bye-bye.